I think that I could talk about my understanding of the concept of emptiness in Buddhism pretty much like for hours and hours, like hundreds or thousands of hours without getting bored of talking about it because it's such a interesting, complex, multifaceted topic. So the concept of emptiness in Buddhism is, I think as I understand it, it's basically like timeless uh, consciousness. It's like seeing, well, it has a lot to do with time and how we perceive time and move through time, because there isn't any. And then also, so uh, this is the only point in space time. So this is, in that sense, it's like the beginning of the universe, the Big Bang. So this is, I mean, because there isn't any other time besides now. So what that means is is kind of that we let go of ideas, fears about things that don't pertain to really paying attention to our consciousness in this moment. So if we pay attention to our consciousness in this moment, we see um, some very interesting things, some very strange things. If we pay attention to our consciousness in this moment and we see that time is not linear, that we are kind of uh, um, uh, I don't know what to say exactly, just that if we pay attention to our consciousness in this moment, we see that now is the only time, and when there's no time, when we're focusing on the now, that's love for everyone and everything. Humans have not been able to evolve up until now because just because they've been too primitive, because humans have not understood how consciousness works. And now we're having quantum physics experiments that are indicating some very strange things, and people's minds are opening up to the possibility that maybe consciousness is more of a thing than we thought it was, and consciousness is actually something that we should learn about as much as we can, and we are learning about it. And uh, some of the aspects include what Stephen Greer works on, and Greg Braden works on, and Dean Radin works on, and Masaru Emoto works on. These are just some scientist type people who do various kinds of research with regard to consciousness. But actually, what consciousness is something which is like all inclusive love for all beings, and just very much uh, um, I don't know, very much kind of a positive, happy thing. So consciousness is kind of something I wonder why people don't embrace. When I watch the news, I see people doing horrible things like hate crimes and things, and I wonder why they don't embrace consciousness. And I do believe that there is kind of like a force of goodness in the universe, which is consciousness, and I believe that consciousness, if people were to be conscious, we wouldn't have the problems that you see on the news. And I mean, that's a stupid thing to say, because I'm just saying the word consciousness over and over. But basically, think people can I think Homo sapiens can evolve in consciousness if they just kind of meditate. I think it's basically that simple. If they would just focus their minds, then Homo sapiens can evolve in consciousness. And if a certain number of Homo sapiens, I think Stephen Greer said it was 75 million Homo sapiens meditating at a certain level, then the UFOs will show themselves, and I guess we'll sort out all of our stupid economic stuff and environmental stuff and whatever else, all of the social problems that humans have. I think people will start to learn better ways of doing things. But I mean, I'm basically not saying anything. I'm basically just saying everyone should meditate and then everything will get better. So I don't know. It's a stupid thing to say, but I think it's true that if Homo sapiens would just evolve in consciousness by meditating, then all of these problems, environmental, economic, social, all these things, all these Homo sapien problems would disappear if people would just focus on just understanding the concept of emptiness in Buddhism, which is like the timeless awareness, the timeless, unconditionally loving awareness. It's just, I mean, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I mean, I just think Homo sapiens should try to meditate in order to evolve. I guess that's what I'm saying.